So I just volunteered him.
Okay, thank you, Todd.
Thank you, Todd.
Okay. We're gonna go straight to the public hearing. Can I have a motion to open the public hearing?
For 612 Hudson.
And that is 6-12 Hudson Avenue. Who's the first person?
I did.
Dr. Jean.
Second,
Okay.
all in favor?
All in favor?
Aye.
All right. This, yeah, this, we don't have the information from our consultants on this particular item. They still are gathering information and they'll get back to us. So we're going to just continue this as a public hearing and move it till next month. Can I have a motion to close?
So first confirm no one from the public wants to come.
Okay, do we have anyone from the public that wants to make a comment on 6-12 Hudson Avenue? Hey, Linda.
Sorry. Hey, Linda.
I'll try to do that.
So let the record reflect, no one from the public wants to make a comment.
Let the record reflect that no one from the public wants to make a comment. There are no hands up. So can I get a motion to close the
No, we're
public?
gonna continue the hearing
Can I get a motion to continue the public hearing for 6-12 Hudson
to
Avenue to
December 13th.
to December 13th meeting? Who's first? Jean and Clark.
All in favor?
All in favor? Okay, we're gonna give Linda a couple of minutes to get set up. She's here. Hi, Linda, how are you? Thank you for coming. We're gonna give her a couple of minutes to set up. Okay, you can kind of take us out.
We can't hear anything from the public. You're muted.
Yeah, I can't hear anything either.
Wait. Wait,
Now I can hear you.
good for a reason. We were in kind of recess or something.
The chairwoman was just providing the secretary who arrived with a overview of what had just happened.
Okay, so now we'll continue to the public hearing of 6-12, 6-14. That's the Hudson Forum. Did everyone get the sequel and all the information on this? Because we want to see if we can get this approved today. If you're ready.
Okay.
So if you want, Todd can pull up the EAF parts 1, 2, and 3. We can go through it together.
Yes, that'd be nice. Todd, would you do that for us?
Yep. I will pull it
But
up
some-
right now.
Sorry, Linda.
So this is part 1 of the EAF. I don't know if anyone just wanted to be reminded of the project before we get into parts 2 and 3.
What date was that sent to us?
This is from July.
July?
Is in the July submission. The date is,
I think July 29th.
thank you.
So you guys, back in your emails for July 29th, let's see if we have it.
July 27th.
I just got thrown off the, any questions from the board?
All right, so let's pull up parts 2 and go through that.
Okay. Do you want me to go through each question?
Is that helpful?
Yes.
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 Okay, the first question is impact on land. So will the proposed action involve construction on or physical alteration of the land surface of the proposed site? So we propose no. And question 2 is the impact on geological features. Will the proposed action result in the modification or destruction of or inhibit access to any unique or unusual landforms on the site, such as cliffs, dunes, minerals, fossils, or caves? So again, we propose no.
Todd, I'm sorry, can we go back to 1, because 1 should be a yes, because there will be some construction or physical alteration. And then it's, you know, likely just gonna be small. Because they are demolishing, well, they're not demolishing, but they are putting an addition on.
Okay, so then if the answer is yes, then you have to go to part, the subsection. So the proposed action may involve construction on land where depth to water table is less than 3 feet. So no or small impact. The proposed action may involve construction on slopes of 15% or greater. So no or small impact. The proposed action may involve construction on land where bedrock is exposed or generally within 5 feet of existing ground surface. So no or small impact. The proposed action may involve the excavation and removal of more than 1,000 tons of natural material. No. The proposed action may involve construction that continues for more than 1 year or in multiple phases. No. The proposed action may result in increased erosion, whether from physical disturbance or vegetation removal. No or small impact. And the proposed action is or may be located within a coastal erosion hazard area. No.
I have a quick question. Are you claiming it's going to take less than a year, the construction for the entire project? I assume the answer is yes, but is that realistic? I'm assuming the answer is no, it won't take more than a year, but my question is that realistic?
Well, I guess even if it's not realistic, is it a small impact or a large impact? Assuming it takes more than a year.
I'm just looking specifically at the question, like whether it takes a year or not. right?
Oh, yeah, I know, but the answer is no or small.
Okay,
So assume that construction's are going to be delayed. So
Of
let's say
course.
it does take more than a year. Do you see that being a large impact given its location and given the nature of the project?
no, I do not.
Okay.
Okay. So 2 we did, but we put no for impact on geological features. Question 3, impact on surface. Will the proposed action affect 1 or more wetlands or other surface water bodies? And based on the location, we said no. Question 4 is impact on groundwater. Will the proposed action result in new or additional use of groundwater? Or may it have the potential to introduce contaminants to groundwater or an aquifer? We put no. Victoria, should it be no?
I mean, I believe it's no, I think Hudson doesn't get its water from an aquifer, right? It gets it from,
Reservoir.
yeah.
Okay. Question 5 is impact on flooding. The proposed action may result in development on land subject to flooding. So, and it's not in a floodplain, so no. 6 is impact on air. Will the proposed action include a state regulated air emission source? So no.
If you don't agree, or you have a question, understood.
Question 7 is impact on plants and animals. Will the proposed action result in loss of flora or fauna? No. Question 8 is impact on agricultural resources. Will the proposed action impact agricultural resources? No. Question 9 is impact on aesthetic resources. Will the land use or the proposed action, the land use of the proposed action are obviously different from or in sharp contrast to current land use patterns between the proposed project and a scenic or aesthetic resource? No. Impact on historic and archaeological resources. Is the proposed action adjacent to a historic or archaeological resource? It is in the historic district.
June, can you move that?
I'm trying to find it.
Oh.
Where's the new button?
Usually it's bottom right,
Now that.
So then looking at the subparts,
volume down.
I did that.
sorry, I'm having trouble hearing you.
Yeah,
We're fixing the problem.
yes, we're working on that.
Oh, I see. I just muted yours. Yes, yeah, it's up here.
These guys here.
Okay, we're back.
Okay, sorry.
Okay, Teresa. I see it now.
Okay, so we're on question 10.
Should I continue? Okay, so the subparts of 10, the proposed action may occur wholly or partially within or substantially contiguous to any buildings, archaeological site or district which is listed on the National or State Register of Historic Places, or that has been determined by the Commissioner of the New York State Office of Parks, Recreation, and Historic Preservation to be eligible for listing on the State Register of Historic Places.
So the project is within a historic district. The Historic Preservation Commission has weighed in, done a preliminary assessment, and they thought that it would be a great restoration and positive impact. So we propose to answer no or small impact.
Okay, me.
Yeah. Historic building.
No, I don't know if it's independently listed, but it's in the district, so it's historic.
Yeah, my question was it an independent historic building?
No, I'm aware.
Not
And
that
then
I-
we literally know.
It's not, okay. 'Cause it's been there a long time.
Yeah, it makes a beautiful building and
It
it
is.
could be.
Question B, the proposed action may occur wholly or partially within or substantially contiguous to an area designated as sensitive for archaeological sites on the New York State Historic Preservation Office Archaeological Site Inventory.
And what exactly does that mean?
It means, are they likely to encounter archaeological items of importance if they dig in the ground.
Oh, and then.
And so we said no or small impact because it's a previously disturbed site in the middle of the city. Okay.
Okay, question C, the proposed action may occur wholly or partially within or substantially contiguous to an archaeological site not included on the SHPO inventory. So pretty much the same as B, no.
Then you don't have to answer the rest, because nothing was moderate to large.
Okay, question 11 deals with impact on open space and recreation. Will the proposed action result in a loss of recreational opportunities or a reduction of an open space resource as designated in any adopted municipal open space plan? So we propose no, because it's a rehabilitation of an existing building. Question 11 is impact on critical environmental areas. The proposed action may be located within or adjacent to a critical environmental area. No.
That was question 12.
Yeah.
13, impact on transportation. The proposed action may result in a change to existing transportation systems. We propose yes because of
So-
parking and visitors, but
And you could say no to this, you could say yes, it goes either way, but the engineer, we sent it to the engineer and they didn't have any issues. So however the board wants to answer it.
Was there a study of traffic generation?
Yeah.
I think we sent it over to Verity.
We sent it to Barry.
Okay, so we have that back.
No, we did.
Yeah,
Verity didn't have any
Okay.
issues.
they
Okay,
didn't have any issues.
I can look for that letter.
We all can. Yeah, Verity had this one, remember? We assigned this one to Verity and the other one too.
right.
If there's no issues with it.
So Verity reviewed it and issued a letter in September
Oh.
that said, traffic and parking analysis. There will be minimal impact on traffic operations due to the proposed development, minimal impact to public parking due to proposed development, 190 spaces required, use of existing on-street parking and lots will result in 71% utilization rate. This accounts for previously approved developments in the area. And, they had some other comments, but they did issue that review letter.
Okay,
If it's marked yes, but it's, all the subs are no, and
No, or small.
small, okay.
Thanks, Todd. You can go to 14.
14, impact on energy. The proposed action may cause an increase in the use of any form of energy.
Right, yes, because it's going to be a user of energy and then no or small impact. We're not going to need a new substation or
Right.
power plant to service it.
okay.
Impact on noise, odor, and light.
So yes.
Mhm.
Similar, yes, but no impact or small impact.
Mhm.
And 16, impact on human health. The proposed action may have an impact on human health from exposure to new or existing sources of contaminants. We propose no. And then 17, consistency with community plans. The proposed action is not consistent with adopted land use plans. Because it is consistent, we feel we put no. And 18, consistency with community character. The proposed project is inconsistent with the existing community character. Again, it is consistent with the existing community character, so we put no.
Questions make my head spin. Yeah.
And
Any
that
questions from the
is,
board?
Okay,
Any questions from the board?
that's good.
Any questions from the public? Right.
So we have to open the hearing, but Todd, can you send that the amendments to the form to Linda, so she has a copy.
Mhm.
We
Yeah.
changed one of the questions today.
Send it to all of us.
Yes, I will.
Thank you. Okay, so do you want to open the public hearing?
Okay. Of course.
That's
That's the
important.
form. Can I get a motion to open the hearing for 612, 614, 620 Columbia Street, Hudson Forum? Dustin? Second, Clark. All in favor? Okay, now do we have any questions from the board?
I have no further questions.
Okay, any members of the public have questions?
Any members, any hands raised from the public? Okay, so can I get a motion to approve this?
Sure, so I'll just make a note that we did receive a draft easement because there's going to be two separate lots that are going to share an alley.
Right.
And so we did have some comments on it. We sent it to the board so you can see that it was in progress. So we'll continue working on that. So you can make a motion to close the public hearing, there being no comments.
Can I get a motion to close the public hearing? Jean is number one. Okay, so you got that, right, Linda?
All in
Okay,
favor?
good. All in favor? Aye.
Okay, and then Todd will pull up a copy of the resolution so we can all go through it. There are a few conditions that we've proposed.
I saw that.
Here, I'll share with you again.
Hmm,
I had trouble with it, so I-
Sun on it, yeah, it gets stuck.
Okay, so, it's just the basic recital clauses. So the conditions that we're proposing, they need to, the way it's set up, first you'll sign the subdivision plat, and they need to include an engineer's block. They need to indicate that there'll be a 5-foot easement for garbage disposal, utilities, and fire safety. And that there'll be an easement for the garbage disposal. And then on the site plan, just minor changes again, owner signature block, recording the easement and filing the plat. So, there's no other major issues were flagged by the board members on this project.
No further questions for me or comments? Anyone else?
So you can do a motion to adopt the resolution.
May I have a motion to adopt the resolution as written?
I saw you raise your hand, Dustin. You can say motion to adopt.
I'll second.
Okay, now, because of the full training, Linda, you have to record each of our votes. Okay, so, Clark,
Yes.
Jean,
Yes.
Teresa, yes,
Dustin, yes.
and the others are not present, but they were excused.
Thank you.
Okay, so any, any opposed? All in favor? Any opposed?
That passed.
You did a handle.
We're set.
Okay.
All right, that's good.
Good project.
So that's.
We can see that.
Thank you, everyone.
You're welcome.
Very good.
Now go get started with that project.
Yeah.
Will do.
Okay, thank you.
Got some other stuff cooking too.
Right. Okay, now we're gonna move to old business, which is 202-204 Warren Street.
This was the application for subdivision to split a building in half. And we had asked the applicant to provide updated information that the buildings could in fact operate separately. We've not received that information yet. But I think they did ask that you set a public hearing for December.
Well, I don't know if
Up to-
they paid the escrow.
Oh, we don't know if they did.
No, and they already have a bill with us.
Okay, so then let's hold off on that.
Yeah, so we're gonna hold back on that, heard nothing
Okay.
from them. Okay, is that okay with the
Good,
board?
fine with me.
They have not, we gave them a resolution to pay the escrow, they have not, right, Linda? No,
Not that I know.
Okay, well then.
not that they didn't pay it, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna wait.
Yeah, I mean, they haven't responded.
You all know where this
Tell them.
building is, right?
I have a quarter.
Yeah, I know, but do you guys know where it is?
Yes,
'Cause it looks like it's-
it was a nice looking building.
yeah. Okay, so we're going to,
Just table it
we're gonna table this until we hear from them.
indefinitely, yeah.
After the pay.
Well, until we hear from them, then we pay, yeah.
We need some stuff.
Now we'll go to new business.
Doesn't Dan Kent just hear it?
Hmm?
Yeah, Dan Kent is on, we can ask him the status.
Oh.
Oh, hey, yes, I was just trying to get my camera on. I'm gonna follow up on our end to make sure that that escrow gets paid, because we do want to get on the agenda for the December meeting if possible. If we can get that escrow check out shortly, is it possible for the public hearing to be opened at the next meeting?
Have you done what we asked you to do to show proof that each building can operate independently?
I will connect with our surveyor who's handling this application for us tomorrow, to make sure that we get that information to you ASAP.
You
But
can do that.
I know from my experience with the initial rehabilitation of that building that that is possible, but we'll get you more details on that.
Okay, sure. Let us know, Linda, make sure that happens.
Well, so are you gonna set the hearing or are you gonna wait to get the information in escrow?
I think we should get the information first.
Yeah.
Wasn't that what we agreed to last time and it didn't happen, so
Right.
we'll just do the same thing.
Dan, we're gonna wait until we get the information. If we can get the information as soon as possible. Linda, when do you need it by to put them on December's agenda? And that's December 13th.
10th, I need to know by tomorrow.
Yeah.
We need to know by.
All right, let me
End of
connect on our
tomorrow.
end. Well, yeah, end of day tomorrow, we'll try to get you everything. Thank you for the flexibility.
Okay.
But I mean, technically, the board should be voting to set the hearing
We can set it for February.
for January.
January.
I mean, January.
Well, let's wait for the escrow because
Yeah. it needs to be
it's only
escrow.
2 weeks. We'll be meeting again in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's just, we'll put it on the agenda for 2 weeks
Sure.
For December?
for discussion.
Tight window for
Yeah,
the
Okay.
notice,
It's a tight window for
very tight.
yeah, it's,
for discussion. Okay, so we'll put you on the agenda for discussion, but not a public hearing, right?
yes, you can set the hearing for, if the
Okay.
information is escrow received, they'll set it for January.
But you will be on the agenda next month for discussion, but not for a public hearing. We'll
Okay.
set that,
We
right?
can discuss the information that we've received from them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We hope.
So, okay,
Okay, good, thanks, Dave.
It's only 2 weeks away, right?
right, it's only
Yeah.
2 weeks away, so we'll discuss it.
So it could be,
On agenda 4. Okay,
could we put them on the agenda and put the public hearing on? And if we don't have the information, can we withdraw the public hearing?
well, I mean, it gets messy because Linda has to,
yeah.
it's already really tight for her to notice the
Yeah.
hearing.
She was
I
like,
have to put it in tomorrow.
I mean, I see it as
yeah.
they
Yeah, I
need to
know.
respond.
Yeah.
If they don't respond, and we will do our job if they respond. And it hasn't happened.
And I don't know if Dan knows, but he already owes us a bill.
Well, he just heard you, so now.
Dan, do you owe
Let
us-
me, yeah, I'm gonna touch base. Can we touch base tomorrow, Teresa? Just make sure to get everything settled?
Yes, we
Okay,
can.
thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, now we're gonna move into new business. And we are going, it's 727 Columbia Street here.
Hello. How's everybody doing?
Hi, and that's, what's his name?
Is that Mikey?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mikey Lenane, co-founder of Return Brewing over at 726 Columbia.
Yeah, so, could you just tell me, how do you pronounce your last name again?
That's Lenane.
Name, okay.
Yeah, so we are proposing an updated scope to the originally approved plan from October 2021. And the new plan is a smaller scope, 2 indoor ADA bathrooms, a light production area, and then the beer garden, which we've already built to spec from the originally approved plan.
So is it an update or is this a phase?
I guess I'm not quite clear on that.
It's a phase. Crystal Hines, I'm representing Return Brewing in Mike Lane. It's a phase. The full site plan will, I think, at some point be developed, but at this point, I think because the difficulty getting people to construction workers and get everything done, and the expense with everything that's increased because of the pandemic, I think it makes sense for the applicant at this point to do this in a sort of a step phase, so that the first would allow them to continue or allow them to begin operating at this location before doing the full site plan that was approved last year.
Right.
Sorry, can you explain what you're asking us to do again? I'm a little confused on what your language is here. What are you asking us to review and approve?
So I have an updated drawing that I'm happy to share my screen on and kind of walk you guys through. But it's basically just a portion of our original plan to open the beer garden and begin light production on site.
And how is it different from the original approved?
It's just smaller in scope.
Oh, let's go. Well, okay.
It looks
So
like.
there's a couple portions like the kitchen and the main area that are going to remain under construction or not open, and not open to the public.
Right, so this is a thing to accommodate a certificate of occupancy relative to Craig Hague.
Yes.
That's a more narrow scope of work. Yes?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, got it.
Okay, so this is they're here for the for the outside area, right? You're here for the outside area by,
Well, actually, sorry, there's some slight confusion because I had a separate application in, but this is for two interior bathrooms to fulfill the certificate of occupancy requirements, a light production area to fulfill the Department of Ag and Market requirements as a brewery, and then to also open the beer garden that we've already constructed per the original plan.
I didn't get a map with this.
Are you gonna show us a drawing?
Was there a map?
I'm happy to share my screen and show you guys the drawing, but I did also send that over.
right now, we only have a letter from Craig just going for one thing, that's the outside, not all of what he's talking about. I mean, we did get a lot of information.
Right, but there's no map, so I don't know what he
But he
reviewed.
shows a picture.
Right.
Would you guys like me to show the map?
Yes, please.
You got it. All right. Okay, so what you'll see here on the right,
Outside beer garden and inside retail.
can everyone see this?
We've got
Yeah.
to do some of
Yes.
it.
So this drawing on the right here shows you kind of the entire setup, and then you've got shaded out the parts that we will not be constructing. You've got the beer garden, so external beer service, but then also interior here, you've got two ADA compliant bathrooms, a small production space that'll just be for barrel aging and bottling beer, a rope divider to keep patrons out of the production space, small entrance, and that's sort of the whole.
We're looking at the outside.
The white is the outside, the black, the dark is not gonna be useful.
Are you talking, so he's talking about the outside now?
Yeah, so you're
Okay.
basically
Just
saying
the outside.
this is a smaller scope of work to get a C of O to operate what we're seeing on your drawing. That's
So-
not shaded dark.
So this is
Yeah.
amended
Yes.
site
I think there
plan?
may be some slight confusion because over the summer, we were in talks to try to open just the exterior. And that plan eventually was not allowed. So this is a separate proposal from the one that was going in over in August. And now it is mostly just the exterior for beer service, but it also includes these things that Craig was looking for, like the flowable plumbing, ADA compliant bathrooms, production space.
So this is an amended site plan to the outside building?
So I think so unfortunately, we didn't have the map for the meeting, but I think what would be helpful, because you don't want to lose the site plan that was already approved. We need a plan that shows phase one, the small one, and then phase two, the large one. Otherwise, you're gonna lose phase two.
I see.
Right. We have to reapprove the whole project, but with phases.
Right.
Makes sense.
Okay, okay. Great, that wasn't quite how it was explained to me, but that sounds excellent.
We can-
Does that make sense? to you?
Yes,
But-
Yeah.
that's
Makes sense.
all we know.
So
don't
we
know
need the original site plan that was approved
Right,
Great,
with 2 phases.
yeah. In
Great.
other words, the amendment is to amend the original site plan into 2 different phases, the outside brewery and the inside. Right now, I'm kind of confused as to what we're doing.
okay, well, if this drawing on the right here is the original plan, right? And then it just has these minor modifications that are shown in the.
But I don't think he sent that to the planning board. I didn't get it. I don't think
I didn't
anyone
see it.
on this board got that.
About this stuff, well, I didn't send it to planning board, I just sent it to Craig.
Yeah, that all, the site plan, this map that you're looking at, the site plan here was sent to Craig. So I'm not quite sure why you didn't get that.
I don't know, maybe he just forgot to forward it.
Is there anything from-
If, yeah,
So I have another question. When this was approved last year, the planning board put a condition on about you
We
getting
put 2
8
conditions.
2 conditions on the approval. One was that you secure 8 parking spaces, and the other was that you cease the outdoor amplified music at 10 PM. What have you done to address the 8 parking spaces?
so in order to get the final approval, as we'd agreed on that meeting, we took out 8 parking spots with the city. Then I believe I was given like once those were sort of shown to the planning board, then approval was given, and then we started the building permit process. Those have expired. We're not open yet, but we are happy to take those back out as soon as we are open and have patrons or employees.
And that would be permits in the city parking lot.
Yes,
So you're saying you took out 8 parking permits with the city, but they've expired?
yes. We don't have people coming to the site yet.
So we're gonna reapply and get it back.
Perhaps when we get closer to approval, we can condition the approval on the applicant obtaining 8 parking spaces subsequent to the issuance of the CO and prior to having any guests.
Okay, I do have a question. Maybe I'm wrong, but I was in the impression that the outside brewery was going to be a temporary thing. And what I'm seeing now looks like it's going to be a permanent thing, where you're taking your original site plan and phasing it into 2, phase 1 and phase 2. And phase 1 is the outside, phase 2 is the inside, but it's gonna stay like that. Am I right?
Yes, so the original plan included the exterior as well. And then the submissions that were coming in over the summer, which were not going to include anything interior, we were advised by Craig to look at those as a temporary thing just for the summer, so we could get some revenue over the summer, but that was eventually not allowed, so this is not meant to be a temporary structure.
Okay, so doesn't that?
The original plan did have beer garden in it. This is
I'm
that,
looking,
this is that original drawing.
we did get the map. It was forwarded in a separate email. So Craig did forward it.
Great.
So what was your
What date?
question though, Teresa?
Okay, we started this off as a temporary thing, now it's a.
Right, so now it's permanent. So what they're doing, you approved the project, they're coming back for you to reapprove the project, but they may never get to phase 2. So you have to be comfortable that if you approve phase 1 includes everything that it needs to include to be a working, functioning business if phase 2 never gets built.
But if phase 1 is approved, then they cannot comply to what we approved. The conditions that we put on.
Well, we could put those conditions on phase 1. We'll have to carry them over. So the conditions about the music and the conditions about the parking can be now
So which
placed.
one's which is one and which is two now?
One is, yeah, one, I guess, is the outside vehicle. It was temporary in the beginning and now it's permanent.
One is also the bright white space that is the 2 bathrooms and the production area. And
You, could you increase the picture? The,
Yeah.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Yeah.
okay.
It's a very modest interior. I think it's 400 square feet. I do have a supplemental document that was sent along that has 12 bullet points that may be relevant or helpful to clarify some things, which I could share and go over as well.
You know, this white section, is that exterior or is it part of the interior?
This, if you guys can see my cursor, this is the wall here, entrance here, go in, and then this is interior.
The white section, some parts of it is
Right.
interior.
All right, and then does it meet the requirements of the liquor authority and the other agencies, state agencies?
Yes, yes, it's actually, this plan was kind of designed with Craig's needs and the SLA's needs. So by barrel aging and bottling beer, we're fulfilling those requirements and will be governed by Ag and Market. And then by having the flowable plumbing, that is what Craig was looking for in order to have tavern space. Or
Are you serving food?
we are going to be serving packaged food to start.
No, he did say that. I got it.
Yeah. So that is again the requirements of the SLA. They, yeah, and if we started serving other food, then we'd have to be talking to health department, and that'll be a separate sort of situation.
And you're producing the beer there on site?
It's going to be aged and packaged there, which according to SLA is producing beer. We're going to ferment some beer there as well.
I apologize, but Craig did send everything on November the 2nd. If you look at November the 2nd email from Craig, you'll have everything there.
Oh, great. Yeah, I think I sent him some, and then he asked me to send him everything. That's probably the email.
I still think though that the plans need to be revised to be more clear. So I would do
I
like
agree
either
with
2 phases, 2 pages, phase 1 and phase 2, because with just crossing the blackout, again, it could be read in next year when we've all forgotten what we've done, that that's not allowed anymore. So
Got it. So
I think you want to add the notes also about the hours of operation as a note on the plan, and the need for the continuous need to provide 8 parking spaces as a note on the plan, so that when the building inspector pulls the plan, the notes are right there and everyone can see
Great.
that.
the supplemental document that we have, which is 12 bullet points, that has the hours of operation are listed there.
Right, but I'm asking you to put them as a note on the plan, because what happens is when there's a complaint or when something happens, you pull out the signed plan set.
Got it.
It's also gonna need a signature block,
Got it.
an approval block, because once it's approved, the planning board chairwoman will sign it, indicating that this is the set that was approved.
And we're gonna have to go back to Craig, 'cause he's-
That's great about the phasing. We were kind of told that once we went back, we wouldn't really have the ability to do that. And that's the only reason we didn't include a very detailed next steps, but we're happy to get that to you this week.
And we're gonna have to speak with Craig, or he'll get back to us, because in the letter I received from him on the 2nd, it says, the proposed is in compliance of New York State Code for temporary use. So I'm a little confused about this. Are we, how can we approve, if it's temporary, then I don't think we should get involved in approving it permanently.
Okay, well,
Until we're sure.
we need input from Craig on that too.
Yeah. We're gonna need input from him on that, because it says temporary use on his letter to us.
Got it. We would be applying definitely for permanent. Because my understanding is the temporary is 90 days.
didn't say.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so you're gonna get back to us. So we all have work to do here.
So she just proves all that stuff for next meeting, which is 2 weeks.
You'll be on the agenda for next month, but, they'll be on the agenda for discussion. Right? So we hopefully have more information, whether this is temporary, or does it meet the code for permanent. It also says an applicant will need approval from the New York State SLA for the outside area, you know, so. we have
Yeah,
to-
on the outdoor area, with the SLA, that I believe that's just something I need to clarify with the state. In my original application to them, they, the beer garden's on there, but I'm just waiting for us to kind of move a couple steps forward before addressing with them to clarify the beer garden area part.
Do you think you'll know more by December the 13th?
We would need a week before.
A week, no, yeah.
Well, I guess I had thought that if this is approved here, but the SLA had not approved it yet, that we would just wait until getting that SLA approval to open the beer garden.
That could be a condition. I don't think we need it before the meeting,
Right,
but
that's-
it would be good to, you know, last time we ran into some issues, it'd be good to know that this is an approvable plan.
Yes.
I have a question. I'm not totally clear about what it is you're asking for in terms of the SLA approval.
Carolyn, what is it that you want to see?
We want to know that this is number one, the confusion here is whether this is are we approving this as a temporary site or a permanent site? This is the first time I've heard of permanent. So we have to get back to, Craig will have to get back to us with that. And is this an approvable plan by the SLA?
Well, I don't know. I certainly don't think you can expect we have our liquor license before we have our approval. And clearly we couldn't operate without SLA approval.
No, I didn't say that you would have to have the license, but is it, you know, do they give license?
Yes, they do.
Well, like he just said, he doesn't know, he's gonna have to get back to them. So by the 13th, he should have some more information for us.
That was more just clarifying the area that's approved by the SLA. We're all set on the brewing permit side.
Right.
The other question, did the site plan that you presented to the planning board last year, did it have lighting on it? I mean, are you putting up outdoor lights?
Yes, it did. I actually sent along an attachment with the lighting schedule and the approved.
Okay,
So that was under, if you see exterior lighting schedule and 220328 lighting.
I have a question. There's currently some lighting installed,
Mhm.
string lighting in that spot where you're going to serve. Is that done temporarily? Is that just to make it look pretty temporarily, or what was that relative to your overall plan?
The string lights?
Yeah.
Those were just to make the plan look nice as we were in talks over the summer, because we thought we could have that temporary beer garden going. So we put those up to look nice.
Okay, do those need to be on the drawing and the plan that we are approving? Yes.
that's what I was saying, that there's a schedule of lights and the fixtures, but they should be shown on the plan for the drawing.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Any more questions from the board? Anybody from the public has a hand up?
Close the sharing. Can you close out the sharing?
Okay. Any questions from the public on this applicant? On this application? No? Yes, no? No. Okay, so, you'll be on the schedule for next month for discussion and, you know, or we could go to a public hearing for, January, but you will be on, the December 13th agenda, okay?
All right, and just to clarify, what are the materials that I need to provide in the meantime?
I've taken notes on all that, Mikey.
Thanks, Crystal.
Okay. So now we're gonna move on to other business. We want to thank everybody. Okay. So, did everybody get the minutes from last month, Melinda?
Yes.
Okay, can I get a motion to approve the minutes for October?
Sure.
All in favor?
Everybody volunteer here.
Any opposed? Okay, we're also gonna move to, I sent you an updated agenda that says we want to plan a site walk for Kite's Nest.
Okay.
We'll go back, we did that, escrow resolution for return brewing.
Oh, okay, let's go back to adopt the escrow resolution for return brewing. Yeah, that's another thing. For the 726 Columbia Street. And I got a motion to adopt the escrow resolution. Did y'all see the escrow resolution?
Yes.
Okay, Linda, you make sure they get a copy of that, right? So who's first?
Oh, go.
Who's second? And how do we all vote? Clark?
Yes.
I.
Aye.
Okay, and the others are excused. I can sign that tonight, so we can get it out to Tracy right away, okay? All right. So now, we can move on to other business, right?
Yes.
All right. So we are trying to plan a site walk to Kite's Nest, and do you all know where that's located?
Yes.
Okay, so, and that's something I'm gonna hope next year that we all do.
Okay.
Go actually visit the site.
Next year.
Yeah.
And the freezing cold. We still got
Well, we
time
said
this year.
December, yeah.
We still got this
But I
time.
mean,
Before it
next
gets
year,
super cold.
I've never asked you to do it, but starting next year. I'm gonna ask.
Oh,
I see.
But we're gonna be doing this one this year.
Yeah, before the snow.
Are we gonna be able to do it for December?
You should.
You're the
Oh,
champion.
yeah, they want us to do it before the snow comes down.
Correct.
So,
And you're down by the river besides.
but we have 2 members not here, so that's gonna be rough.
Well, you,
Well, we'll have
You,
to.
you could have those
coordinate.
emails and text messages.
I know, and calls
you
too.
can choose 2 days and tell the applicant you're doing it, you know, give
Okay,
board
right,
members choice.
we're gonna start with the working class here. What's a good day for you?
Okay, days that work for me,
Yeah, sorry. I know.
Yeah, it's okay.
You know, He goes to
We're all
a job,
working. We're
he
all
goes
working.
to a job, we all bring our job to
I
us.
take care of my 3 grandchildren.
Yeah, I know.
That's a job. That's a full-time
Yeah,
What
job.
about, oh, what's that name, Saturday? Is it Saturday?
What day is good for you?
That's winter.
the
walk.
10th and the 12th would, that weekend would be really good.
You-
'cause that's
10th
when I would be-
And 12th.
you
The
have-
10th is a Saturday, the 12th is a Monday.
Sorry, that whole weekend, and maybe even if we, because the next meeting's on the 13th, we could even potentially do it on the 12th.
Okay,
Before, that seems reasonable.
12's good with me.
okay, 12th's good with you? How about Eugene?
We're gonna do this as a committee, or we're gonna do it individually?
We're gonna do it all together.
All right. Do you have to make any public notices or anything?
Not, no, so the rules for site walk are, if you go, as if there's a quorum there, you just really shouldn't talk to each other about the project. You can fact find and say, oh, look at that wall, but you have to come back to the meeting and then put on the record what you saw.
Can we ask the applicant
Yes, you
questions?
should definitely ask the applicant.
Okay.
questions.
Independent questions you can
Yeah,
ask. the
okay,
You can
applicant.
ask him, but we can't talk amongst ourselves.
Right,
Correct.
Okay.
Just like
Sounds
we did
good.
at the park.
right.
Yeah, we did it at Backfire as well.
Okay, so we got the 10th, Saturday, Sunday.
I mean, another option would be
Yeah,
to do
Monday.
the 13th before this meeting.
No, that's too rough, because that's the day I'm trying to get everything
Yeah.
to you guys.
Okay.
Okay, so the 12th so far, we got 3 people for the 12th.
At what time, in the
Linda?
afternoon or the morning?
Right, I assumed it was the afternoon.
Okay, like what time is a good time?
Anytime after 4,
Let's put 4 P M.
That'd be 4,
'cause,
it's
yeah,
dark
It's
after that.
dark.
Yeah.
4:30.
I think we better put, can you do 3?
We could, I mean, we could do the morning though. Yeah.
What time is morning?
Sorry, yeah, 9 to 10:30 would be best for me.
Morning's better for me.
9.
Yeah,
Can we say 9:30?
9:30.
That's perfect.
9:30.
That's perfect.
If you don't
Okay.
see me, don't worry about it. I go all the time.
We'll call you.
9:30 AM, and that's
Okay.
going to be Monday, December 12th. Okay, so I'll let the others know,
Okay.
because we have. Oh,
Mhm.
This is, so it's gonna be 12 at 9:30 AM, right? And that's gonna be a site visit for Kite's Nest. Good. Now, could I get the bills? Did everybody see the bills? Shaheen, could you just put them up on the board for a minute? Yeah. Can I get a motion to approve the bills for payment?
It's all the same.
Yeah.
It's all the same person.
One of them is not. You see the bottom and logistics. That's the biggest one. See the second one, is 2 bills going out to that guy. Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Who's 2?
All in favor?
All in favor?
All right.
Anybody opposed? Okay, committee reports, Clark.
Parking study should be coming soon.
I'm sorry.
Good report, Clark.
Yeah. I mean, there was a significant effort for public input, multiple iterations.
Okay.
I'm not sure we go into detail here, but the consultant seemed to be very professional. Again, synthesizing lots of input from on-site visits, talking to stakeholders, business owners, et cetera.
Are
And
they anywhere near worth it? Because I want to know.
anyone
Worth
worth
that,
that,
yeah.
what do you mean in terms of
They're
additional?
parking, yeah, they're changing parking there or something.
Making suggestions on additional support,
No.
et cetera.
No suggestions, don't touch it, leave it alone.
Okay.
How about you, Dustin? You went to the budget meeting for the planning board.
I did.
Yeah.
Nothing substantive. The only thing substantive and of note was there was a question about the salary of Michelle, who runs the Hudson Housing Trust Fund. And there was just some discussion about that.
Oh,
But nothing, there was nothing notable really.
they didn't talk about giving us any more money.
No, that wasn't.
Okay. All right,
Did
so,
you know Larry was on?
no, Larry, you're on? Hi, Larry. Larry, you have anything you
You're
want to
muted.
say?
He's on mute.
Can we ask him?
Hello.
Larry, do you have anything you want to input? Anything?
No, I'm
Larry?
good.
Okay.
You're catching us at the end here, Larry, very short meeting.
I know, that's great. What did we accomplish?
Okay, and now again, the planning board training, you all have until the end of December to get that training in?
That's a good question about the training on Monday. Besides just going, is there any follow-up that we need to do?
Yeah, but that doesn't count.
Oh, okay, okay.
Now, that was foil training, that's,
Yeah,
yeah.
No, I know, that was it, right?
Yeah, that was it,
Okay, I was just,
that, yeah,
I wasn't sure there was like a follow-up, okay.
no,
And
it was-
we don't get credit for that.
no. But it was nice that you guys that did come to know.
Where were you?
I was there, didn't you see my name?
Oh, no,
The
okay.
name, I put.
The college one.
Oh, yeah.
You have to have 4 hours done by the end of the year, basically.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, by the end of the year, and next year we're gonna start differently. We're gonna get our training in January.
Okay.
So somebody's keeping track of all these trainings.
Yes, it is.
And you- Did we send it to Vicky too?
Thank
I
you.
don't need it.
Okay.
Thank
Oh, we
you.
don't need it?
Yeah, we
I
finished.
thought
No,
we-
she's gonna train us.
I thought we sent it to you.
I mean, you can, but Linda's keeping the official record.
Okay.
Okay, can I get a motion to, okay, any hands up from the public, any questions from the public to the planning board? Okay, can I get a motion to close the meeting? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Good night, everyone. Thank you for
Good
attending.
Night.